What's going on, guys? This is Martyrs Brigade 99 coming to you once again with another session of Dark Souls PvP. Alright, guys, we're back at it once again with another session of Random Invasions. Now, unfortunately, this will only be a one-part series. I think I had as a matter of fact, I think I have 4 uploads for this weekend, so I think that's pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop this at the one-part series. Now, basically, this is my Grave Lord build. Right, I know some of you guys may say to yourself, dude, how in the world is it a Grave Lord build when you are playing the role as a Dark Wraith? Well, the thing is, I just finished the build, so I'm trying to PvP my way into having 99 humanity, and once I get at 99 humanity, then I'll go ahead and play the role as a Grave Lord. Now, another thing that this allows me to do is experiment with this build. Right? Because in other words, I thought of the idea, but just because an idea may be good in theory or look good on a template doesn't mean it's good when you actually play it. Right? So this is basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm experimenting with this build to see if it will be a build that I will stick with. Now, it's basically a level 101. It's intended to stay down in the depths. Right? Mainly because my focus is to use a lot of poison. What's it called? Like poison mist and toxic mist. I'll maybe even mix in acid surge, even though acid surge basically sucks as a pyromancy. But just to basically blind my opponent as best as I can by having all those 3 smogs out there, I think I might just go ahead and throw it in there. It just might be useful, especially in the depths. Now, why did I decide to create this build only for the depths? Number one, there's a lot of open areas as far as PvP is concerned, right? That's very wide open. And when you're playing in an open area, these mists basically suck. Because your opponent, all they have to do is just run out the way and dodge. But if you guys are familiar with the depths, then you will know that it has closed-in areas, corridors, and in some cases, the host will run to the bonfire. And basically, the way my build is designed, that is the last thing you want to do. Run to the bonfire. Because think about it. The bonfire in the depths is closed in, right? And there's only one exit point. And I'm basically obstructing that exit point. Right? So, unless you magic me to death or something, or it's kind of like you and your little hollow noobs with you, you're basically in trouble. You're going to get poisoned to death, toxic to death, and maybe even fire tempest to death. Alright, so he got me off with a high-speed pancake right there. So I'm going to return it. Now, in addition to my Gravelord sword, my poison mist, and my toxic mists, also have dung pies and those poison darts. Right? Because my focus is to basically inflict all the status effects that I can. Now, I wish there could have been a way for me to have a bleed weapon as well, right? But I couldn't really do that because I have pyromancies in one hand, and I'm also using the Grave Lord dance. Now, this build is kind of tricky in my personal opinion, especially if you want to kind of keep it at a low level. Now, why do I say that? The main reason why I say that is, unless I switch weapons and use something differently, basically it is difficult for me to have an effective Grave Lord dance. Mainly because Grave Lord dance scales with faith. I only have 18 faith on this build. As a matter of fact, I believe the stats for this build are like 45 in dexterity, 23 in attunement, I don't know, maybe 41 or 44, something like that in endurance. And then I have 13 dexterity, right? Because I really don't need fast casting. And I have 18 in faith, and that brings me to like a level 101. So, I mean, just having that grave lord, I mean, I don't know. But I think, if I plan to keep this build, I probably need to do something a little different, so that I can have more faith rather, and my grave lord dance can be more effective than what it is. Because the way it is currently is not really effective. It's really not effective because if you notice, I hit a couple guys with my grave lord dance, and I think I only inflicted like 300 damage. Now, granted, it's only the basic grave lord dance. It's not even the improved grave lord dance that you get after you get more deeper into the covenant. So I don't know. Maybe I need to experiment a little bit. Maybe I might pull out a faith character and just kind of do a little experimentation to see. So I don't know. I really like this build, especially for the deaths. I think it was a good idea, and it was definitely fun at the time that I was doing it. Especially when, especially when you see how much these guys panic when they get poisoned or toxic, or whatever it is I'm throwing at them. Because the intent was to obscure their vision, obstruct their vision with the mists, and then either throw in a tempest or a grave lord dance or throw fireballs at them, to do whatever I can. Because if you guys notice, that was only 400 damage, and keep in mind I only have 18 in faith, right? So I don't know if I get the improved grave lord dance, maybe it'll do a little more damage or what. Now, am I trying to KO them with the grave lord dance? I mean, I'm not trying to KO them, but at the same time, 200 damage kind of sucks. Right? So maybe once I get to the point of grave lording and I get the improved grave lord dance, I mean, if I can at least get like 500 damage with only 18 in faith, I mean, that's good enough. Right? Because I have so many things going on that I don't need to rely heavily on them. Right? Because I'll have the toxic, I'll have the poison mists, I'll have the fire tempest, and I'll even have a few pyromancies to throw at them. So I think having a pretty decent grave lord dance will be a good addition to my arsenal. Alright, so I'm kind of alright, so we're good to go. Tightening them up. Now, I'm not really trying to kill them with my grave lord sword because, like I said before, I'm experimenting with this build. So I'm trying to see what kind of combinations I can get with regards to this build. Because, I mean, one thing about me on Xbox, it's very difficult for me to toggle my castings. Right? Because, I don't know, it's something about the placement of the D-pad. It's just really difficult for me to do it. So, I mean, this also gives me a little experimentation with regard to toggling. Right? Because it's just so awkward, and, I think it's just, I'm so used to the PlayStation controller than anything else. I mean, it's just so difficult for me. Now, a downside to this build is basically I'm using the Gravelord sword with minimum stats. Right? Because you guys will notice in some cases I'm only hitting for like 250 damage with a one-hand swing. Now, granted, I know somebody may say, dude, it's not like the Gravelord sword really gets good scaling. Yeah, that's true, but still, I mean, 250 damage on a one-hand swing, I mean, that kind of sucks. Either it sucks or I just have higher expectations. Right, so I don't know. I mean, I think the Gravelord sword, I don't know if it get double E or double D scaling. So it's not like you're going to get that great scaling as is. But at the end of the day, the way this build is made, I only have 24 in strength and 13 in dexterity. But, I mean, it's good enough. I mean, because think about it, I'm level 100. So level 100 is not like you need 40, 40 or, 27, 40. I'm good enough with the 24 and 13, honestly. Alright, so we're good to go right there. Target destroyed. Alright, what do we have? Oh, okay. Someone kind of sneaking behind me. Now, one thing I must say, I think that paladin armor might have some high toxic resistance. Because you guys are going to notice, I hit this guy a few times with my dung pies, and it took a while before he got toxic. And as a matter of fact, I can't even remember if he even gets toxic. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to inflict toxic on myself before I'm able to inflict him with toxic. See? I hit him with several dung pie. Oh, okay. So finally, after all that, he finally got toxic. So I'm really thinking that paladin armor has pretty good status effects defenses. Right? Or at least toxic defense. Alright, so I'm throwing poison darts at him as well. So I'm trying to get him with the toxic and the poison darts. Go ahead, take that, dude. And he's out of there. Alright, now, I also thought this was a good idea because I really think that in some cases you need to switch things up. And that's one thing about me. I really like to switch things up. I mean, if you guys kind of look at the variety of my videos, I have formal matches, you know, where I'm in the Berg, or I'm doing setup matches in the Moonlight Butterfly Forest, or I'm forest hunting for a little variety, right? Get a little 2v1 action, or I'm doing random invasions. And you know, I know a lot of guys that say, "Listen, dude, I've been playing this game for so long. I mean, what can I do to keep the game fresh?" Well, basically, I think you need to switch things up. I think when you do a lot of formal matches, it can kind of get old quickly, right? Because you have these formalities and you have rules. But when you kind of mix in the what I would call formal PvP with random invasions, it's a little more exciting. In addition to that, just try, you know, some other things, perhaps like trolling, or kind of, you know, doing a theme build like what I'm doing. The theme being trying to inflict as many status effects as I can. And that, in my opinion, is the best way to keep things fresh. Mix things up. Like I've said plenty of times, if you want to get better at your tactics, try your formal setup matches. You know, perhaps try to participate in a fight club or join a tournament. Go to one of the Twitch bros and kind of, you know, fight with them on the channel. That's one way to improve your tactics. If you just want to kind of get in there and kill or have fun, do random invasions. When you just get super bored, go troll somebody. Go have some laughs, right? Go enjoy you a six-pack. Well, first off, to the extent that you're 21 or 19 if you live here in Canada like me, right? Go troll somebody to death. I guarantee it'll be fun. As a matter of fact, speaking of trolls, in addition to my strength and dexterity build that I have on Xbox, I think I might have to go ahead and bring my troll build over on Xbox. Right, and to the extent that you guys may be new to the channel and not familiar, please check out my troll build playlist. As a matter of fact, I have I think a 2 or 3 part series wherein I'm trolling guys in the Berg, and I have a 2-part series where Short Dude and I, we're basically using our troll builds in the forest. So I think I might just go ahead and make me a troll soul level 100 build for the Xbox, because I think that'll be fun to basically force the crap out of people with my bandit's knife. Alright, so we're going to give them a little fire tempest along with some fireballs. That'll never hurt anybody. Come on, dude, take some poison. Oh, okay, so he want to run back off in his dungeon. Alright, dude, I'm not done with you. Fat boy Smo. And the funny thing about it is, his build is so funny. Now, he's got on 3 Smo pieces, which I think will give you somewhere around 70 poise, because I think the total set either gives you 91 or 100. So he's got 3 of the Smo pieces. in addition to wearing the wolf ring. Come on, dude. In other words, if you can't get the job done with 76 poise, you know, an additional 40 poise is not going to make any difference. Right? I mean, I've run into a lot of that. I mean, I've done some forest hunting, and I run into some guys with, you know, a black iron chest plate, Havel's legs, Havel's arms, Havel's head, in addition to a wolf ring. Like, dude, seriously, you need 190 poise? Right, and I'm not saying that's how much the poise is, but I'm just kind of exaggerating the point. Listen, guys, to the extent that you want to improve, I think having 53 poise is perfect. Now, the pros will tell you the 31 poise is sufficient, and that may be sufficient for them. But I am not on the pro level, right? There are still a lot of techniques that I need to improve and expand upon. So ways in which other people may be able to, you know, deal with 31 poise, I cannot. So this is why I will continue to stick with my 53 or 54 poise builds. And actually, this guy gets so sour, he tried to hit the power button. Come on, dude, don't be a sourpuss. Right? Just take your loss and go. Don't be a sourpuss. It's not that serious. You'll get your souls back. But anyway, this is why I'll continue to stick with my 53 or 54 poise. I'm not on the, you know, hot shot level. I still have a lot of improvement to do. Alright, so we're back at it with the flame torched hollows. Alright, come on, dude. Let's go ahead and give you some fire tempest. Let's give you some fire tempest. Come on, dude. Pass on the torch. Yeah, and he's good for the torched wing. I'm telling you, dude, you can't underestimate those hollows, especially the ones with the torches. Alright, so let's see who will be the next victim. Oh, we're good to go. He wants to stay near the bonfire. So let's see what we can do. Throw some dung pies at him. Come on, dude. Alright, so we got him after 2 hits, so we're good to go. So one thing that we know, that the Black Knight armor basically has pretty low toxic resistances. And he's just going to stand there. And actually, I don't know if he's standing there because he's trying to look through his inventory for purple moss or what. But we're going to throw some poison darts, some dung pies. In addition to that, we're going to go ahead and cast a poison mist. But actually, he's doing a good job and he's aggressing me as opposed to standing back near the bonfire. Come on, dude. Uh-oh. Actually, I might be in trouble. And actually, this is probably the worst place to have anyone cast Pursuers. But I was able to get out of it. And actually, here's another guy. Full Black Iron. And actually, I think the full Black Iron set provides 50 poise. And on top of that, he's using a wolf ring. 90 poise, dude? Really? 90 poise? I mean, you can kind of resist a bulldozer with that much poise. Well, let's see, can he resist this fire tempest? Not quite. Right? That 90 poise can't help you with the fire tempest. Come on, dude. Take a fireball, and actually, he was able to block that, but not the second one, so we're good to go. Try to hit him with a shot to the face. Come on, dude. Nope. Your little flasks won't help you. And actually, what I should have done is basically got some Lloyd's talismans. But you know what? Now that I think about it, a Lloyd's talisman would kind of wouldn't be fun. Now, I know some of you guys that are out for punishing people. You know, I kind of hear your comments. You know, you have to punish them. I know some of you guys that are out for punishing people for flasking. You know, you're all about this. I mean, just get a Lloyd's talisman. Well, guess what, guys? I don't know about you, but in some cases, it's more fun to drag the fight on as opposed to ending it as fast as you can. So granted, I may be able to hit him with the Lloyd's talisman and prevent him from using flasks and basically end the match. But the way I see it, is more fun extending the match and basically just terrorizing my opponent. That's the whole purpose of the build that I'm using, to basically inflict them with all the status effects that I can, all aside from the bleeding effects, unfortunately. And actually, if I can find a way to do that, I'll do that as well. Alright, so let me hit him with the Grave Lord Dance. And either I missed or he had enough poise with the smoke set to resist it. But he can't resist my Fire Tempest. Or can he? Actually, I think he was able to avoid it. Come on, dude. Take some fireballs with your little ridiculous Havel shield. Alright, so he's getting his drink on. This guy's probably got like 200 poise. That's why he's running so slow. Come on, dude. Guardian headpiece, small chest, legs, and arms. Are you serious? Are you really serious? Okay, but actually I can't really talk about this guy because he's going to put a lot of pressure on me. And actually I'm going to find myself in one of those corners and I just really can't avoid his Quelaag Fury Sword. And you guys are going to notice it in a second. He's basically just going to, R1 spam me to death. And actually not really to death, not absolute death, but definitely to near death. But I'm going to hit him with some dung pies. You guys notice he kind of got me off in this corner and I can't do anything, but I'm trying to roll. I'm kind of stuck on the wall and everything. Yeah, he's just swinging his life away. But he's got to. He needs to survive. And actually, here's my perfect opportunity for a humanity. And unfortunately, I'm so early in the game, because like I said before, I just got this build up to par. I'm so early in the game that I only have one humanity left. So I'm basically kind of screwed. Alright. Come on, dude. You guys notice that? He's just basically welling the crap out of me with that Quelaag Fury Sword. So I've got to get out of here because I'm stuck on the environment. I'm stuck in the corner. I'm out of stamina. Okay, now that my stamina has rejuvenated, I can hit him with the parry. No more spamming R1 for you, dude. No more spamming the R1 for you. Come on, dude. Try it again. All right? That's your only tactic. That's all you can do. Spam your little R1, but you'll pay. Right, you'll pay. You'll definitely pay. Alright, and he's good to go with his 100 plus poise. Take some dung pies, dude. Now, one thing that I wish they would have added in PvP is the smoke that can curse your opponent. I don't know why they didn't add that. Right, I mean, they kind of have those bug-eyed frogs that can hit you with curse. But I don't know why they didn't give us the ability to curse. And actually, I think the cursed mist would have been a good alternative to the ridiculous acid surge. Because that acid surge just pretty much sucks. It's really a waste of pyromancy. Now, to the extent that you guys are not familiar, it only will deplete 10 points in your weapon and other item durability. So it basically doesn't do anything. Well, alright guys, this is basically the last match of this one-part series. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed doing it. Alright guys, until next time, Martyrs Brigade is